Okay, guys, we are live. Thank you very much for joining us on this. This is somewhat unusual what we're doing today. I believe that from incredible month of November, we're getting to incredible month of December, and I certainly don't want to slow down. Despite all the holidays and all the excuses, I choose not to slow down. So the bottom line is, on Sunday after skiing, we were skiing all day with team leaders. I knew that I'm coming back on Tuesday, and I really wanted to utilize my evening. So Pose and myself, we decided, why don't we throw science lecture to be sort of reinforced by an opportunity presentation. So I will be strictly talking medical benefits, health benefits. And we have an amazing presenter, Dippold, our new Pro 5, one of the new, he is a leader. I'm welcoming the guests to this seminar. So for you, Pro 5, 7, 8, 1 doesn't mean anything. But talking to a very young, bright gentleman, who is at such young age a leader of this company is tremendous. So bottom line, my name is Dr. Silverman. I live in Canada, and I practice surgical pathology for a living, meaning that I look in the microscope. So here's my microscope. I'm actually at home in my office. I look in the microscope and diagnose cancers. By and large, I specialize in breast pathology. So I do have a passion for health. I do have a passion for LifeVantage because what we are going to talk about, and I also have a passion for what Grant is going to be talking about. So my passion started with health. So what is LifeVantage? Why is it so exciting to talk about this? Because, guys, we talk to our DNA. We are biohackers. We are biohackers because we have about 20,000 genes in our genome, and only 2% of our genome is coded, meaning predicted, nothing you can do about it. 98% of our genes are changeable. So it's up to you to decide what do you do, how do you biohack your genes, whether you biohack your genes in a positive way or in an adverse way. So now what are we talking about now? Look at this. So this is a progression from normal cell into a bad cell. And how is it happening? When the cell is getting affected by a free radical, which is a volatile element. So what it does, it's a parasite. It's a very angry and hungry thief that wants to steal health. So how does it do it? That parasite hijacks the cell. So we're going to biohack the cell for that parasite not to hijack the cell. So hijacking that cell, it creates disease. And you see the definition is, it's a complex of melting forces in genetic and environmental way. And please unmute yourself, whoever is unmuted. Now, and the thing is, the genetic part is the minor component. The major component of the disease complex is environmental. Now, so let's talk about environment. Every stress that we have is going to lead to the cellular stress. So that free radical damage, that is huge free radical damage to the cell. So our unhealthy life choices, whether it's electromagnetic fields, whether it's pollutions, whether it's radiation, whether it's financial stress, mental health, family stress, any kind of stress is going to lead to the cellular damage via those invisible free radicals. Now look at this diagram that every disease is affected. Every major organ is affected by free radical damage, and it is affected by major diseases. And what we usually link to oxidative stress or free radical damage leads to chronic inflammation. And chronic inflammation of every disease, every organ is going to have that chronicity, that chronic inflammation that leads to that unhealthy, horrible bucket. How do we deal with this? So there are ways from the outside and there are ways from inside. So it's either you eliminate all this barrage of free radicals from the outside. Something can be eliminated, minimized, but something can't. You live in New York, how are you going to eliminate pollutions? You tell me. Right? What's that? Somebody is screaming. Please mute yourself. So it's either you go, or you're going to apply to clean these free radicals from the outside. How do you do this? You eat antioxidant filled food. So let me mute people again, please. Mute all. Okay, better. So this way, however, what else can you do? Or you have to make your own antioxidants. And if you don't do one or the other, the combination of the above, that will either going to create a disease or it's going to create health. So now, why protandum is so critically important? Well, I just told you guys, you need to eat your antioxidants, but it's absolutely not enough. People argue with me, oh, you know, I eat healthy. Absolutely, you need to eat healthy. Not enough. The amount of free radicals that we accumulate, with aging, we accumulate more and more and more. And with aging, not only we accumulate more and more, we cannot eliminate more and more. We eliminate less and less and less. So protandum is the combination of 5 botanicals. Look how simple it is. Look how natural it is. So what it does, it upregulates, and look, it is 23 peer-reviewed, backed up by science, 40% reduction of free radical damage in 30 days. And look how clean it is. It is approved by Banned Substance Control Group, which governs all the major sports organizations, including International Olympic Committee, USADA, United States Anti-Doping Control, and others, as well as NSF certification, which stands for National Sanitation Foundation, the organization that tests for over 500 toxic substances. So A, we're clean, B, we're patented, and D, look, we upregulate our own production of antioxidants. Okay, I'm not going to complicate things. I'm going to stop on one, which is called glutathione. Glutathione is the major antioxidant in the body. You do not make, so ask yourself a question. Am I tired? Let's say it is 8:15 Mountain Standard Time. Am I tired? No. Let's say I slept 6 hours today. I worked as soon as I got up, and this is, after work, this is my second two trainings with distributors, and now it's a presentation. Am I tired? No, I'm not tired, I'm excited. So my glutathione is up to snuff. Now, if you're tired, if you're sluggish, if you're brain fog, if your muscles hurt, I was on the slopes on Sunday all day, I don't have muscle aches. So glutathione, critically important for cellular detoxification, brain, liver, kidneys, heart, skeletal muscle. Why are professional athletes on glutathione pills which do not work? Because they want to reduce the recovery time. They want to eliminate those toxins that they have or they accumulate during their strenuous exercise. Now, the cells do not like glutathione in the pills. The cells like to make glutathione. So we have the supplement that is the only proven supplement to increase glutathione production by 3 to 4-fold. How does it do it? It does this through upregulating of this guy, which is a master rheostat of cellular health, or otherwise known as this. How do you like to have your hands on something that may be the most extraordinary therapeutic and extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine? It's a master regulator of detoxification. It's a master regulator of what is called survivor genes. Over 600 survivor genes known now. Look in 5 years how lucky we are being in this company. In 5 years, they probably will have 1,000 survivor genes. So we're sitting on upregulating of anti-inflammatory genes, anti-cancer genes, and obviously antioxidant genes. Now, let's concentrate on something that is critically important, NRF2 and neurodegeneration. Neurodegeneration. So here we're talking about Alzheimer's disease, we're talking about multiple sclerosis, we're talking about Parkinson's disease, and we're talking about Lou Gehrig's disease. Now, extremely excited, very excited, talking about, now today we're going to be talking NRF2 and multiple sclerosis and NRF2 and Alzheimer's disease, because how would you prefer to take a drug with not only that it costs thousands of dollars, but carries tremendous amount of side effects? We are going to take a 5-ingredient supplement with so clean, no side effects, scientifically proven. So multiple sclerosis has 2 studies with Protandim, or Protandim has 2 studies on multiple sclerosis. And one of those studies tells you that, and we do not claim that we treat, cure, or mitigate disease, but one of the studies, the comparison study, tells you that Protandim is more potent than that multi-billion-dollar drug Tecfidera with horrible side effects that strip your gut in 3 to 4 weeks, and decreases your immune system by 30 to 40% at the same time. Now, just recently, I have discovered that there is a new NRF2 drug on American market, FDA approved for Lou Gehrig's disease. And guess what? It's not proven that it's going to work. But guess what? We have a way better NRF2 activator. So we've done this. So now, let me talk. So I'm not going to talk about all the products we have. I'm talking concept today. I'm talking essentials. So mitochondria or NRF1 Protandim. So we're so lucky, seriously. We have 23 peer-reviewed studies. Altogether, we have 26 studies on Protandim, not on the ingredient list, on the branded supplement, fine. So since 2005, we're great. Now we have a brand new product, which is NRF1 Protandim or mitochondrial boost. So nothing more important in my mind in cell than the cellular stress or cellular damage and mitochondria. Before I get into mitochondria, look how simple and how clean is the combination of NRF1 Protandim. Again, it's a synergistic combination of 5 natural ingredients. Tremendous. Nobody in the world. We have copycats on NRF2 Protandim. We do not have copycats on NRF1 Protandim. We're the pioneers. We are the nutrigenomics. Now, mitochondria is tremendously important. Why? Because mitochondria holds the key to our genes. Mitochondria controls the genes. Mitochondria controls the cellular health via policing the cell. Healthy mitochondria will wipe out the bad cell, damaged cell. Unhealthy mitochondria will not. Guess what happens after cancer happens? Mitochondria has the key to the metabolism of the iron, of the heme. It also, mitochondria holds the key to the calcium metabolism. Where is calcium so important? Other than the bones, have you heard of heart? So, and also see mitochondria coenzyme Q10, one of the ingredients in NRF1 Protandim, and on and on. But why is it so important? Why is it so important to take both NRF1 Protandim and NRF2 Protandim? I call it 1-2 punch because mitochondria is naked. It's not protected from the damage. So free radicals kill mitochondria. And mitochondria is the powerhouse. It's a power hose or power horse of the cell that gives us energy. So it's by itself, it produces a lot of free radicals. So getting those free radicals from the outside and making its own damages mitochondria. So that's why we need NRF2 pretandem to protect and optimize the old mitochondria. And guess how we age? We age by decreasing the number of mitochondria and by those mitochondria being less functional. So we need to upregulate it. But I just told you, we're aging by decreasing number of mitochondria. We need to upregulate this number of mitochondria. So what do? We take NRF1 pretandem. We take NRF1 pretandem to start making new, more functional, better mitochondria. So upregulating the old ones via taking NRF2 pretandem and making new ones via NRF1 pretandem. What else do you want? Look at this study. This study proves that 50 to 80% of children with autism have dysfunctional mitochondria. Do you know anybody with autistic child? So this is some what's more scientific. I'm not going to talk deep. So that is what I was telling you. This is 1-2 punch. You need 2 and you need 1. Now, my next excitement is I'm not going to talk about skincare a lot because look at these pictures though. Look at this psoriasis, no psoriasis. Look at the scars. This is 6 months. And on a colored skin, the scars do not disappear without pigmentation, either hypopigmentation or hyperpigmentation and scarring. So our true science or pretandem for the skin is tremendous. Now let's get into this. This is a third part of that essential package. A third part of this essential package is the probiotics. We have an absolutely different category of probiotics because not only we deliver the rate, look at the rate of the unprotected probiotics, 4%. Or look at ours that is protected by this BioTrack protection. BioTrack protection means that the probiotics survive in that harsh environment of hydrochloric acid. But what else separates ours? That BioTrack protection provides the timely delivery and the more specific delivery of certain strains of the 6 billion colonies of 6 different species to certain parts of the GI tube. So that timely delivery, so for example, the probiotics that belong in the small bowel, or let's say somewhere here, are going to be delivered where they belong. And the probiotics that are indigenous to large bowel are going to be delivered into the large bowel due to this BioTrack protection. It's an amazing concept. Now, so I told you we have 6 billion colonies, we have 6 species. What else separates our probiotic is the presence of this guy, Wellmune. So the probiotics, so basically, these are bugs that populate our GI tube. Why is this so important? Because our happiness lives in our gut. Over 70% of serotonin, of happy neurotransmitter / hormone, is produced in our colon. Over 70% of our immune system is produced in our colon. But there's a constant war in our GI tube between the good bugs and the bad bugs. So you choose. That's why the healthy nutrition is so important. That's why the presence of prebiotics. Prebiotics is something that feeds probiotics. So Wellmune is not only the immune upregulator or immune stimulant, amazing stuff, coming from different ingredients. Ours is coming from the nutritional yeast, right? Or from oats. Well, Wellmune beta-glucan comes from either mushrooms, or it comes from nutritional yeast, or it comes from oats. And it's very important, A, as an immune upregulator, and B, it's a prebiotic. So again, the multifunctionality and the benefits of our probiotics are absolutely incredible. So guys, I'm not going to talk about Axio. However, look at this study. Look at this study. So we in our Axio, we do have, again, something that feeds the brain. a lot of things from Axio feeds the brain because, look, magnesium is going to feed the brain and the cells. Quercetin, one of the antioxidants, B vitamins, critically important for the brain health. But DMA and L-theanine will upregulate your serotonin in this case and the other neurotransmitters. So we know that it works better than Ritalin. No, we don't. The study does. So this is amazing stuff. So the concept is, why do I love LifeVantage? Because we have an incredible line of consumable products, healthy products. And that's what I try to teach my team members and the customers. You cannot be on the products for a day or two, or for a month or two. You need to stay on the products because different systems, they regenerate at a different time. So your red blood cells, they regenerate in 120 days. Your brain cells regenerate in a year. So that's why you need to take, consume. So this is my part of the lecture. Thank you very much. I'm okay, and I'm welcome to a couple questions. Guys, you can type the questions, and I will answer them. I will give you a couple minutes, and if there are no questions, we are going to turn to Grant. I guess calling once, calling twice, calling 3 times. No questions. So awesome. So let me introduce my co-presenter, or maybe co-presenters. So this is the family of Amy and Grant Dippold. And Amy has a tremendous story. She's a physician. So I'll let Grant to handle this thing. So what actually he wanted me to tell you from his very, very cute microbiography is that he is absolutely excited and running LifeVantage full steam. And he's an entrepreneur and a businessman, so he knows the numbers. So guys, we're very, very blessed with a brand new LifeVantage leader, Grant Dippold. It's all yours, Grant. Take it away.
Thank you, Dr. Sveta, for that introduction. And thank you for sharing the incredible knowledge that you have in regards to this gift that we get to share with the world. It was 1.5 years ago that my wife and I were introduced to the technology that we have. And it was in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and it was a cardiologist speaking and specifically highlighting the research on Protandim. And I remember him saying that the American Heart Association had a study, and they published it in their Circulation magazine. And in his experience, he had never seen the Circulation magazine publish a story or research in regards to a natural supplement. And that really blew us away. And he didn't know this, but my father passed away at the age of 35 from a massive heart attack. And he left a single mother and 2 kids, my sister and myself, and I was 6 months of age. And I'd be lying if I didn't tell you, that as I approached the age of 35, I'm 28 now, but as I approached that, I wonder if his fate's going to be the same for myself. And I don't want to hit 35 and be looking back, wishing that I had done more. And so I remember my wife grabbing me, and she said, "You are going to take this for the rest of your life." And when we made that decision, we got excited and passionate about what we have here and sharing it with our friends and our family. Have you ever gotten excited about something, even the simplest thing? Maybe it's a restaurant. Maybe it's a movie that you went and saw in the theaters. Have you ever gotten excited about it and you had to share it with everybody, even people you didn't know? That was Amy and I. And as we shared this information with our friends and with our family members, this buzz started to happen. And as our family members began taking this technology and incorporating it into their daily lives, we got testimonies and exciting news about what this was doing for them. And I'm excited about what this could be for you. I was in your shoes a year and a half ago. I was hearing this information for the first time, and I'm excited about what this is going to be for your life. And so we started to think of this as a potential bigger opportunity. I remember looking at Amy, and we asked each other, could we do this full time? Was there a potential for us to be able to share this all around the world with anybody that would hear this exciting information? And so we had to evaluate this from an opportunity perspective. And I know there's a lot of information that's being thrown to you or given to you tonight. And I want you to take that information. I want you to make the best decision for you and for your life. And I reached out to a mentor to evaluate this opportunity. And I'm going to tell you what he said. And he said that opportunity takes place at the intersection of innovation and timing. And if you're paying attention, there was a line that Dr. Sveta pointed to from the Washington State University, and it was on Nerve 2, and it said, Nerve 2 very well may be the most preventative and therapeutic breakthrough in the history of medicine. And if you caught it, Protandim activates that same Nerve 2, that breakthrough, that potential breakthrough in medicine. Protandim activates that Nerve 2 that creates enzymes that reduce free radicals or oxidative stress, that same oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days, that same oxidative stress that is related to over 400 plus diseases. And like she said, we can't claim to cure, treat, prevent, or mitigate any sort of disease. But what we do know is that as you reduce the oxidative stress and as you begin to activate your body's potential that it naturally already has, you can see some incredible results. So the second exciting part of that innovation is we have 7 US patents on Protandim. That technology is protected, and we get to share that news solely with you guys and around the world. And so then we have to evaluate it from a timing perspective. And is the timing right in this situation? And so I'm going to show and share my screen with you here quickly. And we'll start with a quick slide here. All right. Can you guys see that? Awesome. I see some heads nodding. So every organization goes through an S-curve. Some organizations are more mature and they're at the top right of the S-curve, and some organizations are very new and at the bottom left. And evaluating timing, you're going to see there on the left, you have your innovators and your early adopters. You have those individuals that are entrepreneurs. And from a timing perspective, it's those people who get on early, who see what this can potentially be, that have the most success in business, whether it's LifeVantage or whether it's something else. It's those early adopters that have the potential to get in before momentum takes place, before the significant and exponential growth that you see taking place in the middle of the screen, that have the ability to build a very large business. And so can we have a little fun here for a second? I like to have a little fun with my presentations. And so I'm going to do a fun scenario, and then I'll give you a real life example. But if somebody were to reach out to you and say, hey, I have an opportunity for you, and I actually have this magic pill, and this magic pill gives you the ability to fly, and there's only a handful of people that have the opportunity to distribute this pill, would you be in? Would you want to share that with your friends, with your family, with everybody that you came into contact with? I do. I want to be a part of that. And that's timing right there. That's being able to get in early on something that was just created and to be a group of small group of distributors. But let's change that a little bit. What happens if you get excited about that and you sign on that dotted line and you become a distributor and you step out of the building and you're ready to go conquer the world. And every single car in that parking lot has a bumper sticker that says, "I sell the magic pill." And people are flying around all over the place. Is it an opportunity anymore? Is the timing great? The product's great, but is the timing there? It isn't. And so how that relates to LifeVantage, I've been able to share this information all around the US. I've been able to have conversations with people who get to share this all over the world. And in every market that we go to and share in, the average person has no idea what Nerve2 activation is, has no idea what Protandim can do, and has no idea what LifeVantage is. We are at and in the innovator and early adopter stage. And what's great though, is we've been around long enough to get through the difficult areas of startup organizations. We've passed the ifs of development and if we're going to make it. And we're getting to this point where momentum is very quickly approaching. And what's so exciting about momentum is that's where 80% of a company's or organization's growth takes place. And so to put that in a realistic example, we'll use Apple and we'll use their iPhone. In Q1 of 2008, Apple sold 2 million handsets. And in Q1 of 2017, 9 years later, not even a decade, 9 years later, they sold 78 million handsets in just Q1. Now, if you could be the sole distributor of those handsets back when they were only selling 2 million, if you could ride that momentum up to where they are at 78 million handsets in just a quarter, would you want to be a part of that? I do. From an entrepreneur mindset, from that perspective, I want to be a part of that. And so I encourage you to look at this and see if it fits into something that you're looking for, an opportunity that you're looking for. And so let's talk about network marketing here for a second, because I understand that there's a negative connotation to network marketing, and I had a negative connotation myself. But I will tell you that what I found is when network marketing is done right, when it's done with the right people, and when it's done with the right product, it has the potential to be an incredible business, to build a business as a team, and to just really have some exciting moments, but as a group of individuals. And one thing that I just noticed, it was last week, I was signing up for a frequent flyer program through an airline. And at the end of the registration, it said, share this link on social media and we will give you X amount of points. And I realized at that moment that these big organizations and companies that we interact with on a daily basis are activating their customers to be network marketers, to share this link. And in return, they would pay me in points. That's network marketing. The activation of our networks and the people that we know and the people that we come into contact with and the people that we get to do life with is network marketing. And it is so much fun. And so talking about trends in organizations, I would raise you that the way that business is done with big box stores in organizations like Walmart and Radio Shack and even Best Buys, you're beginning to see stores close. You're beginning to see their business models change, and Radio Shack cease to exist anymore. If you go back 10 years, would you have ever thought that Walmart would be closing stores and that Radio Shacks don't cease to exist anymore? And so what you're seeing is this transition of how they do business, and they're going to online sales. They're going to a different form of it. And Black Friday is a great example. Year after year after year, and the statistic for this year is sales on Black Friday online increased again by 15%. That means less people, as busy as what Black Friday was, less people were in those stores and they were shopping online. And an example of that is Amazon. Amazon does their business online. And Amazon isn't something that's been around for 20 years. And it's a company that's very dynamic and moves very quickly. And all it is a bunch of distribution warehouses spread across the nation that allow you to get free shipping and 2-day shipping, which is revolutionary, straight to your doorstep. And that's what we're doing here at LifeVantage is we used to be, Pro Tandem used to be in the shelves of GNCs and Rite Aids and QVCs and those different places. It used to sit on the shelf. And that's expensive. You have to buy shelf space to be able to distribute your product that way. And it was actually $50 a bottle for Pro Tandem. But now in the network that we are in network marketing and the way that we do business, it's actually $40 a month because we've been able to remove all the people and all the noise in between from the distribution and from the manufacturer straight to the doorsteps of the consumer. And so I'm going to take you to our next slide. And this is an earning claim statement. We're a publicly traded company. We're traded on the NASDAQ. You can watch us tick. And I know that the business isn't for everybody. And I'm not here to try and convince you about the business. And the business isn't for everybody. But I do know that there are people out there that are looking for an opportunity. And that opportunity is different for different people. And we have different ranks in our organization. You'll see in Pro 2 and Pro 3, if you look at the left-hand side and then you go to the highlighted column, those are monthly averages. And $261 and $580 a month begins to give somebody the opportunity to maybe pay down some debt that they have accrued. Maybe it gives them the opportunity to make the gap in their mortgage payment or to make a payment on their car. Not everybody is looking to make and replace their income and to make thousands of dollars. Some people just need a little bit more. And we can offer you that. And so if you go down a little bit further to Premier Pro 4 and Premier Pro 5, and you see those numbers of $1,100 to $2,500 on average on month, guys, the statistic that scares me and haunts me is 95% of people, when they get to the age of retirement, are not going to be able to retire. My question to you is, what are you going to do differently, knowing that statistic, to make sure that you're not the person hitting retirement wishing you had done more today? Do you think that $1,100 a month or $2,500 a month is going to be able to supplement their retirement? Maybe the 401k that they have, maybe the Social Security that they receive. Maybe that's a spouse who works part-time that wants to be home with their kids. $1,100 to $2,500 can do that. But other people want to take it a step further, and Amy and I are going the whole way. And that's going to be at your ranks of Pro 7 and Pro 8, where it begins to actually replace household incomes. And in the Midwest, 90% of people at those ranks of Pro 6 and Pro 7 can replace a household income. And you go further down there and it becomes life-changing income. And I'm not saying it's simple, or I'm not saying it's easy, but it is simple. We've got a plan, it's proven. And if you incorporate that plan, we set up a roadmap for you. We discuss where it is you want to go, and we work with you to get there. So once again, it may not be for you. And maybe it's just the products. Maybe you see the science that Dr. Sveta gave to us this evening. Maybe you want to activate your NERV2 and reduce your oxidative stress. Maybe you want to build more mitochondria. Maybe you want to get your gut health in order because your gut is directly correlated to your brain. And maybe you want to begin increasing your ratios of good omegas versus bad omegas. The Vitality Stack there at a baseline, if you want to begin to activate your body to naturally do what it's already doing, just more of it, I suggest at a baseline, you start at the Vitality Stack. Guys, 80 to 85% of our business is customer based. Okay. It's a great culture, and we see very high rates of people where when they get started, they stay with it. Excuse me. When they get started with our products and when it changes their life, they never stop taking it. And so if you just see the value in our products, then please get back with the person who invited you, get your body back into balance, and let's get started. But if you're excited about the opportunity, if you think that this could be something for you, if you have a need from a financial standpoint, if you're looking for a community or a team of individuals to work with you to create a business, the way that you get started is with a silver pack, a gold pack, or a platinum pack. And if I were to do this again, I would start at a platinum pack all over again. And the reason for that is twofold. First and foremost, you get every single product that we have. And so you begin to be a product of the product. You get to change your life. You get to begin to biohack like Dr. Sveta was talking about. And then the testimony follows. And when you get that, when you have that personal testimony and that experience, and after you take this product and get it into the bodies of your family members and you see their experiences, your passion, like Amy's and I's, gets incredible. And second, with that platinum pack, studies show that when you invest at the highest package in an organization, in network marketing, when you invest at that platinum pack level, studies show that there's more success for those individuals, that those individuals have more success. And the reason for that being is because you treat this like a business. You are all in, you are ready to go, and it's harder to walk away from. So when the times get tough, because they do get tough, it's simple, it's not easy. The times get tough. When you have that motivation because you went all in, you're going to stick with it. And that's why we see people have more success. So that platinum pack, guys, the first time and the only time that you're going to get a discount in our organization is by purchasing a distributor pack. And that actually creates a really neat culture inside of our organization. Whether you're a distributor or whether you're a customer, you don't receive, or we don't receive as a distributor, a discount different from what you guys receive. We pay the same price for the products. The validity of the science in the products is there, and nobody's paying a different price for that, except the one time that you decide to build your business, you're going to get a discount and you're going to get a chance to experience every single product that we have. So I'm not going to go through our entire compensation structure. I'm going to highlight two areas, and I'm going to do it here really quickly. Area number one is residual income. Guys, I didn't know what residual income was before joining LifeVantage and looking into this further. And if this isn't for you, if this opportunity isn't for you, I ask that you look for an opportunity to build residual income. Very few people have the ability to build residual income. An example of that is a singer-songwriter who sells a song, or every time their song is purchased on iTunes, they receive a royalty from that. They're not doing any additional work. They already developed the song, but as it's downloaded, they're being paid. We have residual income, and it's different from linear income. Very much like your salary, where you work 2 weeks, you get a paycheck, you work 2 weeks, you get a paycheck. When you stop working, the paychecks stop coming. Or different from commission style income, where it's pay for performance. And I had experience in that, and I loved it, because the better that I performed, the more that I was paid. But what was hard with that is you're only as good as your month before. As a new month came about, you always started at the bottom. You started at zero and you had to build it up again. And that's where residual income is such a life-changing experience. When you build residual income, you are paid for the work that you did the month prior, 6 months prior, a year prior. If your customers are still ordering product that you shared with them a year ago, as you're building this business, you are continuously being paid residually on that. So that month that you take a vacation, a month, isn't that crazy? Maybe it's a week. Even if you just fully disengage from your business for that week, your business continues to grow and you're going to continue to be paid. And the second part on this, the bottom right of your screen, is the elite pool. This is my last point. The elite pool separates us from all network marketing organizations that I've ever seen. And what it does is it takes 4% of the global revenue of the organization, not a profit sharing. They're not netting expenses out of there. It is the global revenue, and they're spreading that across 4% and into 4 pieces of the pie. In the first piece, all Pro 7s, Pro 8s, Pro 9s, and Pro 10s get to share in that. In the second piece, 8s, 9s, and 10s share in that. In the third piece, 9s and 10s share in that. And the fourth piece, 10s share in all of those 4 pieces. And what that creates is a culture where we work as a team, first and foremost. And then secondly, what's neat is, guys, I didn't get in as early as the earliest individuals. Amy and I have been doing this for a year and a half. There are people who've been doing this for 3 years. There are people that have been doing this for 6 years. But once you hit that rank of Pro 7 and you go Pro 8, Pro 9, or Pro 10, you share in the revenue that has been built since the company started. And that is incredibly exciting. And that means that I haven't missed the opportunity, because I'll get there. And I want you to get there with me. So you're in one of 3 stages, in that those 3 stages are, or you're one of 3 individuals. One, you have some questions, and you want to get more of the answers than what's been given tonight. And we encourage that. There's a lot of research, and we just ask that you allow us to direct you to that research, that you get in touch with us, that you get in touch with the person who invited you to this call. Number 2 is you are excited about the science, you're excited about the technology, you're ready to biohack. Let's get started. Let's do it tonight. It's as easy as sending a shopping cart to your cell phone, to an email, to a computer. You're done in 2 minutes. And then third, you're excited about the opportunity and what this could be for you, how this could change your life, how this could positively impact your world. And if that's so, I'm excited for you. And I ask that you get back in touch with the person who invited you. Guys, that's my last point. I thank you for your time. Dr. Sveta and I really appreciate it. And I hope that we cross paths sometime in the future. Everybody, have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Guys, have a good night. Thank you, Grant. It was amazing. Beautiful slides. I want the copy.
Thanks for spending the time with us. It's always great to hear from you.
Thank you so much, guys. Good night. Happy holidays. Let's make this December huge.